Hey everyone, it's Min with Just For You Crafting, and today I'm bringing you a video tutorial spotlighting my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. I'm going to be showing you how to make your own envelope from start to finish, as well as a paper bow using the punch board, which is great because you get two purposes out of one tool. What I'm showing you here is my finished card with the coordinating envelope. The colors that I used here are both from Stampin' Up. It's Smoky Slate for the gray and Whisper White. And what I like about this pair is that they both match each other. I took some design elements from the card and I used it on the envelope, which gives it a finished corresponding professional look. So let's get started. What we have here in front of us is the envelope punch board, and it's again very compact in size and it's very easy to use. The punch board itself has a built-in measuring system on the top left-hand corner. In the middle section has the directions actually printed out for you. The blue knob in the middle of the punch board is the punch, and it has the bone folder which is included, which helps you make those even and crisp edges for the folds of the envelope. It has a indented line for your score lines. What I'm showing you on top there, that helps round out the corners of the envelopes, and those three columns on the bottom of the board actually tells you what paper size to use and where to measure your cardstock for the score line. The card that I made is a standard A2 card, which is 4.5 by 5.5. The punch board did recommend me using a cardstock sheet 8 by 1/8 by 8 by 1/8. I decided to use 8.5 by 8.5 just to give the card a little bit more room. The score line recommendation that the punch board listed was 3 3/4. So you take the left corner and you line it up with 3 3/4, and then you make the punch. Then you take your bone folder and score along that indented line, and that's the only measuring that you need to do from this point on. You'll turn the paper 45 degrees, and where that little blue tip is hanging out there, you line that up with the score line that you just made, and you hit the punch knob and then score it down the indented line, and you just repeat that until you have the 4 notches. What I'm doing here is just finishing off those sharp corners and just rounding them off using the other side of the envelope punch. Then after those punches are completed, I grab my bone folder and use that to crease down the folds to make it very clean and crisp, and it'll definitely hold much better when we are actually finished putting this envelope together. So now what I am showing you are the 3 pieces of cardstock that I'm using for the bow. Again, this is a coordinating cardstock by Stampin' Up called Smoky Slate. It does match the inks that I use, which is also Smoky Slate. This strip here is 1 by 6, and I line it up to the 3-inch mark, and I'll punch it right down the middle, and I'm gonna repeat that on the other side. Now, I did run this through my Cuttlebug and use the Swiss dots embossing folder just to give this part of the bow some extra dimension. What I'm doing here for the ends, and you can't see it, but the actual punch has an opening, and you just line the edge to the outer portion of that opening, and then you just eyeball it. So once you're finished punching the two ends, you see the bow starting to take some shape. I grab the bone folder and just run it on the bow just to help it curl a little bit. And I'm sorry that I'm doing this off camera, but I use my Elmer adhesive tape and I glue down the two ends, and then I curl them around to the other side, and the adhesive holds that together. And we are completed the first step. Super easy and very, very simple to do. This is a scrap piece that I had. It measures 1 inch, and I'm just eyeballing it here and cutting out a thin strip here with my crafting scissors. And this is for the middle part of the bow. And again, I just take my adhesive tape, run it down the strip, and then I wrap it around the middle of the bow. And before you know it, we are more than halfway there. The third strip of paper that I'm using measures 1 3.5, and the halfway point, you'll line it up to 1 3/4, and then you will punch it down the middle of the strip, and then you'll do it on both sides. And this is going to be the background layer of the bow. Here I just eyeball it with that opening, and we line it up in the halfway point of the two ends. And once completed, it gives it a nice even cutout there. And to put it together, I just ran another strip of the adhesive tape on the back of the bow, put it together, and that is exactly how simple it is to make one of these bows. It's a great accent to add to your envelopes. I've used these with gift tags and gift cards that I've made for my friends and family, and everybody loves them. With the envelope, it's a similar process. Just grab your adhesive tape. I love this Elmer's adhesive tape simply because it's very strong and it's very inexpensive. It's strong enough to hold down the ribbon that I am gluing to the envelope. And here, the ribbon that I'm using is 3/8 wide. It comes in a roll of 5 yards. I bought it from Michael's. It's gray with white dots. And how I line up my ribbon here is using my cutting mat. I just line it up with the grid pattern, and that helps me eyeball a straight parallel line here. I knew that I was going to put the bow toward the left hand side, so I didn't really care where that cut mark was, because I knew the bow was going to cover it. And I just grabbed the handy dandy adhesive tape and glue the bow right onto the ribbon. And for the final step here, this is something that I've been doing more recently to my envelopes, is adding a monogram of either their first or last name. I think it's a wonderful final touch to the envelope, simply because it lets the person know that you made this envelope and card specifically for them, and in turn they really appreciate it, and they recognize all of the hard work and effort that you put into this. For the labels, I used the Spellbinders Nestabilities Label 2 die cut set, and for the monogram I used Simon Says Stamp Sketched Alphabet Stamp Set. And basically there you have it. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial and saw how easy it was to use this envelope punch board. I definitely think that it should be a staple in everybody's craft room who makes cards, and or even if they don't make cards and want to make personalized envelopes for their friends for the holidays, birthdays. I think it's just a great tool to have. For a list of all of the materials that I used with the tutorial today, please check out my blog justforyoucrafting.blogspot.com. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like. If you want to see anything different, or you want me to add something new the next time, definitely leave your comments. But I do appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.